so I got a few questions about my daily diet and my eating habits and alcohol intake. So I wanted to share what I'm doing and answer a lot of the questions that were asked. For starters, I really don't have a specific diet right now during coronavirus, where I am technically intermittent fasting, and I'm kind of not letting myself eat everything, but we eating good during quarantine. Intermittent fasting is a diet that's roughly like 8 a.m. to noon you fast. Then after noon till 8 p.m. is when you can eat whatever you want. And after then, you fast and you sleep. And it's not like something magical happens, but what those times actually do is just restrict you of calories. So you're not kind of like bored eating or anything that wastes up calorie intake. It increases your amount of norepinephrine, which is a neurotransmitter that when it's activated, it will boost your metabolism. And it also decreases your insulin, which boosts fat burning and retaining muscle mass. So it's something that if you work out, it's really good to do. When I was running for Miss New York, I did stick to the keto diet. Preparing for Miss New York was more or less toning than it was getting in shape in a way. The keto diet is high fat, low carbs. So ketosis is a metabolic state that actually allows your body to burn fat instead of carbs. So it is tricking your body to go into this state. I don't stick to it, obviously, because it's not something that you can half-ass. Sorry for my language. But the second you cheat, you're not cheating anyone but yourself, because you're just gonna eat those carbs and then it's gonna get turned right into fat. You played yourselves. Keeping track of what you eat during keto is actually really hard. So I used an app, which I will definitely be sure to put somewhere. And it was how I was able to track my number of carbs and fats each day. So you can actually pair the keto diet with intermittent fasting and it will dramatically increase your results. This is what I recommend for someone who tried the keto diet for weight loss and isn't seeing the type of results that they want to see. Again, I really don't want to emphasize like going on a diet. I let myself eat what I want, but generally I'm really healthy in what I eat. I think a big thing that helps me get that kind of like kickstart is I drink lemon water all day, every day. I actually started drinking lemon water in high school because I was on Plaquenil from my lupus and everything tasted like metal, which was a side effect. So my high school chef offered every day to cut me up a lemon and leave it out for me. So nice of him. Thank you, Chef Alex. I have not forgotten you. I fill up my tumbler with sliced lemon, some ice, some water. Every time I'm out, I just know to refresh it, and before you know it, you're drinking a lot more than you would be if you just had one water bottle. Not only is that wasteful, lemon itself is really good because it has vitamin C, which is kind of like a natural diuretic. Also helps with your skin quality because it's known to draw out the toxins that would come out through your skin, to aid in digestion, prevent kidney stones, and freshen your breath. So much better than coffee. Ice cubes with lemon juice in them. If you have an ice tray, you can squeeze the lemon with a little bit of water and make your own lemon ice cubes. All you have to do is take the ice cube, put it into your drink, and you're done. If you need to jazz it up, I love adding freshly grated ginger, a dash of cinnamon, turmeric, any kind of citrus, cucumbers, which are really hydrating, or watermelon, also very hydrating. During this coronavirus intermittent fasting, if I am hungry before 12, I will have lemon water. Kind of does like quench your hunger. A lot of the times when you think you're hungry, your body just needs water. I'm a big tea person, which I will probably do another separate video about. I believe in teas that much. When I'm not intermittent fasting, this is how kind of I would eat. For starters, my inner biology nerd knows that you have more bacteria in your body than you do body cells. It's scary to process, but majority of them are in your gut, and that should be taken care of first thing in the morning, because you've slept all night digesting your food and it sat in there. So the first thing you want to do is kind of take care of that. People that have eczema, psoriasis, lupus, autoimmune diseases, a lot of them are called autoimmune because they don't know the root cause, and they say that a lot of these causes are within the body. I think that for me, a big thing was like clearing out my gut and learning about how to eat, like what actually would make a difference in my body. Best thing that you can do when approaching your breakfast and taking care of your gut is to make sure you get a prebiotic and a probiotic in your breakfast. Prebiotics are plant fibers that act like fertilizer, and they just stimulate growth of the healthy bacteria in your gut. By eating more of them, you're gonna promote that healthy environment that your stomach needs in order to properly digest your food. So an example of these are actually a lot of fruit and veggies, especially complex carbs, because they can't be digested. So they sit in your gut and they actually act as food for that bacteria to be nice and good and healthy. Examples are asparagus, garlic, onion, apples, bananas, oats, wheat bran. These are all things that are also known to help with bone health and weight management. There are, of course, supplements you can take. However, I really recommend not doing supplements and just having this be part of your diet, because why would you want to fill yourself with like the bad food, you know? You want to like actually consume and have that good food in there for your system. So probiotics are more commonly known. They are actual like living organisms. Usually it's a culture of bacteria. They directly add to the population of healthy bacteria in your gut. Probiotics are supplying that healthy population, and prebiotics are feeding that healthy population. So the most popular probiotics is obviously yogurt. You get the same results from all yogurts, but my understanding is that Greek yogurt has those same live cultures in it, but it also has a less amount of lactose and almost double the amount of protein. If that's something that you're considering in your diet, then definitely try to go for the Greek yogurt. And that's kind of an example of honestly how I look at food. When I'm picking out a type of yogurt or a type of anything, I do research on why one would be better than the other. So I used to be huge on yogurt and have that all the time, and then I grew out of it, which I think a lot of people do. So I replaced that with kefir, which is the best thing to happen to me. It's like a fermented probiotic milk. So I put this right in my smoothies and it's delicious. It comes in all different flavors. I think even an original, or I just drink it plain because it tastes seriously like Danimals, like those little kids yogurts. Like, it's really good. Other probiotics are kind of not necessarily breakfast foods, such as kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, pickles, and some cheeses. You have to actually like look at the labels. So yeah, breakfast, think of two things: prebiotics, probiotics. I have a really good smoothie that I recommend trying, which is kind of how I got hooked on eating them. You can add your protein powder or any collagen powders into it as well. So it really can be a great like breakfast smoothie. So my next meal is lunch, and honestly for Corona, my lunch these days has been leftovers from the dinner before. Now for lunch, what I will usually make is like avocado toast, which is weird because I know that's a breakfast. I don't really like breakfast in the morning, so usually I'll have like breakfast for lunch. A big go-to for me is honestly just pan frying some garlic, onion, pepper, mushroom, zucchini, whatever I got in the fridge, mix with some quinoa. I have a really good recipe for that, which I will also post on my blog soon. I love that because you can literally put it in the fridge for leftovers and then heat it up for a side for dinner or for your lunch at work, whatever it is. It's a really great dish to make ahead of time and kind of set aside. If not, I will always kind of try to have my lunch be on the lighter side. So I'll have salads. I like to do like Southwestern Cobb, hard-boiled egg, all that good stuff. Or because I'm Italian, I love that arugula, mozzarella, tomato, prosciutto, whatever kind of like antipasta. Ooh, that sounded really buffalo. And of course, then I want to snack in a bit because it didn't really fill me completely. And so I'll have some kind of nut combination trail mix. I love yogurt covered raisins these days. So good. Pretzels with hummus, sliced cucumbers, cheeses. I love cheese. Who doesn't? And any kind of fruit. Strawberries and blueberries are really good antioxidants to have around that time, especially if you're starting to crash at work. Have fruit. Don't go for another coffee. They have natural sugars in them. Let your body do the work. There are other ways that we can like kind of get energy. And if you're eating clean and eating energy, I promise you won't need as much coffee. So for dinner right now during Corona is my fun experimental time. Usually I'll look up a nice recipe during the afternoon. There's a website you can go to that actually all you have to do is put in your ingredients and that will pop up our recipes with those ingredients. But I really like to ask my family for a lot of recipes right now. My go-to dinners when I have a busy schedule are usually soups. Soups are really easily digestible, so they're kind of like preferred to have later on. And there's so many different soups that you can get. You can put protein, veggies, starch, all the things that you want in your soups. When you're done, you can put them in the fridge and have them again. I love the leftovers. When I'm not making soup, I'll try to stick to having a protein. It's not necessarily always meat. If you're not like a tofu person, you can have beans, have hard-boiled eggs. Quinoa, which I love because that's actually a full protein. Another thing is salmon with honey or lemon and dill. The fish oils are actually really good for you. And I don't take a fish oil pill, and I probably should now that I think about it. 'Cause if kind of in the mood for something a little bit heavier like a starch, I'll have sweet potatoes with honey or just regular kind of baked potato with a little bit of butter, and always the nice veggie. If you don't know what to make for your veggie course, go into your fridge, whatever kind of veggies you have, chop up some onion, chop up the veggies, pan fry them. That's always what I do just to clear out the fridge, but also make sure you get in that veggie count. Everything is out there on the internet. You just have to actually like buy food that supports this whole ideal. A delicious dinner that my sister recommended that is on my website is her Cabernet Sauvignon braised short rib, and oh my god, it's so good. It's one of the easiest meals I've ever made. I also recommend doing like a chicken stir fry. That way you'll get some rice or veggies. Put ginger in your stir fry. I promise that will change the game. Chicken stir fry or any kind of protein with it. For desserts, if I'm craving a dessert, I try not to have that many around except healthy ones. So we have strawberries and whipped cream. Angel cake, you're doing a little like ice cream. I recommend like trying to do maybe a sorbet, sticking to something that's like not as heavy in the sugars right before bed. I think that's a big key to why a lot of people can't fall asleep at night. They've had sugars after 8 o'clock. If I do get a little craving for a snack, typically I will try this first and just give myself some hot lemon water. Another nice additive, if you have allergies, you add local honey to your hot water and lemon, and that will surely help. And if not lemon water, then I'll probably have some kind of tea, chamomile, something caffeine-free, and my alcohol intake. So during coronavirus, we'll be honest here, probably drink like 4, 5 days out of the week, but it's not like heavy. Most days it's just kind of a drink or two. I really tried not to have more than 2 drinks unless I am trying to get drunk. That's kind of my rule, is to just not have unnecessary calories. Not during Corona. I probably would have a drink with dinner maybe once a week. Wine will usually be what I pair with a dinner meal, and then on Friday night and Saturday night usually kind of indulge in some kind of drinking. When drinking, you can always be very smart with it. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, soda water and vodka, but there are certain types of vodka that are actually better than others. I believe that the lowest calorie vodka was Keto 1. Also, by not having beer and wine, it's not as heavy on your system. The best way to think about alcohol intake is to just think about when it's necessary and when it's not. Also, if it's a day that I know I'm going to drink, I will make sure that my workout is at least 30 minutes longer. It's all about a balance. If you want to play hard, you got to work hard. I also like to juice, which I've shared on my Instagram a lot, and I'll probably share a lot of recipes on my website. If you are someone that suffers from any kind of like skin, stomach, or any kind of like, you know something's wrong but you're not sure, I really recommend starting with the celery juice diet. Trust me, it's life-changing. And you don't even necessarily have to stick to it. If you can try it enough to like reset your body, even eczema, when you have a lot of these skin issues or even stomach issues, it's because your body isn't properly getting out those toxins. So celery juice aids that. So you'll see a lot of those skin, stomach issues go away. I recommend that you follow the Medical Medium on Instagram. He posts amazing juice recipes, also really interesting facts about all different fruits and veggies. Like cherries are actually anti-cancers. There's like a lot of cool facts that we don't realize. Food is really a medication for our body. My send-home message would be that everyone should listen to their own body and, you know, whatever it's telling you, do. If you need a day of pizza and cotton candy and chocolate, do it, but remember that the next day. Hopefully I was able to make some healthy changes to your diet, and I really appreciate you guys watching the video, showing some support. I love sharing this information. Feel free to ask me any questions that you have. We'll do a little cheers with my lemon water to a healthier you.